The top 3 plant-based proteins that can help with arthritis. Reduce inflammation and discomfort. It goes without saying that you have a shelf full of medications if you have been dealing with arthritis. The problem is that nobody discusses it. Starting in your own kitchen, there are effective, natural solutions to reduce your pain. Arthritis wears you out in addition to causing pain. It's exhausting to deal with hurting joints, stiffness upon waking, and pain that prevents you from performing the simple things you formerly enjoyed. I also want you to know that there are other options available to you if you've been taught to just accept it. The majority of people are unaware that your daily mood can be greatly influenced by the foods you eat. While certain meals exacerbate the situation, others can actually reduce inflammation and pain. In addition to being healthy for your body, I want to share with you today 3 common plant-based proteins that have been shown to support your joints, lessen swelling, and help you feel more like yourself. These aren't pricey health goods or miracle drugs. These are straightforward, reasonably priced, and authentic meals that you most likely already have in your grocery shop. Let's get started if you're sick of merely managing your arthritis and are prepared to start making tiny changes that will have a big impact. In order for us to talk about this topic together, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Before we start, first, lentils. Let's discuss lentils. I understand that lentils may not sound particularly interesting. You won't see them everywhere on Instagram food pages, and they're not ostentatious or packaged in extravagant ways. However, if you or a loved one has arthritis, this easy little legume could end up becoming your new best buddy. Because lentils are incredibly effective at lowering inflammation, relieving joint pain, and providing your body with the nutrients it needs to feel better. What's the best part? They don't need elaborate cooking, are inexpensive, and are simple to locate. Why lentils then? Why are they so effective at relieving arthritis? Let's begin with the fundamentals. Protein. Protein is essential for the growth and repair of tissues in your body, particularly the muscles that support your joints. This is where it becomes complicated though. In fact, many common protein sources, such as red meat, can make the body more prone to inflammation. When you already have painful, swollen, or stiff joints, it is the last thing you want. Conversely, lentils provide all the benefits of protein without exacerbating your symptoms. Actually, they may even improve your mood. This plant-based protein complements your body rather than contradicts it. However, lentils' advantages extend far beyond their protein content. Another important one is magnesium, which is abundant in them. One vitamin that most people, especially older ones, do not receive enough of is magnesium. However, it has a significant impact on how your body controls inflammation. Consider magnesium to be the natural muscle relaxant in your body. It lessens stiffness, eases joint tightness, and in certain situations, even eases nerve pain. Magnesium may be what you're lacking if you've ever had a morning when no matter how much stretching you do, your joints simply won't relax. Next up is potassium. It's more significant than you might believe, but most people don't consider it when they think about arthritis. Potassium aids in the body's removal of excess salt, which causes bloating, water retention, and further joint swelling, particularly when consumed in processed meals. It could be the cause if your hands or knees feel swollen. Getting enough potassium, such as from lentils, will assist your body naturally reduce edema and drain away excess salt. Pain is reduced when edema is reduced. It's that easy. Additionally, lentils are a powerful source of fiber. What is the connection between fiber and arthritis, you ask? More than you may imagine, actually. In fact, surges in blood sugar might exacerbate inflammation. Additionally, your body releases inflammatory molecules in response to meals that raise your blood sugar levels. This entails increased discomfort, stiffness, and joint pain. However, fiber slows down the body's absorption of sugar, resulting in more stable blood sugar levels throughout the day. Eating foods high in fiber, such as lentils, helps protect your joints while also providing your body with a smoother, more balanced energy. Not to mention folate, which is another name for vitamin B9. Although folate isn't discussed as often as it ought to be, it has a significant impact in lowering homocysteine. Your blood contains that kind of amino acid, and elevated homocysteine levels have been connected to joint pain and inflammation. Here's the good news though. Consuming lentils on a daily basis can help maintain healthy levels of folate. It's one of those minor, unseen adjustments that, in time, can have a significant impact. You may be asking yourself, that sounds fantastic, But how can I eat lentils? The solution? Whatever you'd like. Even if you don't enjoy cooking, lentils are incredibly adaptable and, to be honest, quite simple to work with. They can be used to soups and stews to give them texture and durability. You can use some spices, onions, and garlic to make a lentil curry. They can even be refrigerated and added to a salad along with olive oil and chopped vegetables. Lentils can be used as a filling for tacos, wraps, or even homemade veggie burgers if you're trying to cut back on meat. You can season them as you wish, whether it's savory, spicy, or even slightly sweet because they absorb flavors so well. Here's another item to adore. Lentils don't need to be soaked overnight like some other beans and legumes do. They are therefore ideal if you need to rapidly prepare something. Simply rinse them, add water or broth to a pot, bring to a boil, and simmer for 20 to 30 minutes. Completed. They are also kind to your stomach. No strange heaviness or bloating after eating. Do you want to increase their effectiveness in treating arthritis? Combine lentils with additional meals that reduce inflammation. A small amount of lemon juice, a pinch of turmeric, a dash of black pepper, or even a bunch of raw spinach or kale. All of things give your joints additional advantages. Combining these items results in more than simply a nutritious supper. Your body is receiving the precise nourishment it requires to combat pain and stiffness. This is something that many people are unaware of. Little adjustments do make a big difference. It's not necessary to drastically alter your diet all at once. Simply begin by include lentils in a few of your meals each week. It's an inexpensive, powerful step to greater health. And to be honest, sometimes the most beneficial foods are the ones that are easiest to miss. Don't forget to get lentils the next time you're at the grocery shop. Grab a bag. In a fresh recipe, try them. Observe your body's reaction, because lentils are actually doing more than just carrying their share of the burden when it comes to healthily controlling arthritis. They're doing more than just satisfying your hunger. They are actively supporting your joints, reducing inflammation, and providing you with the strength to continue moving and leading the life you desire. It's simple to feel as though arthritis is taking over and your body is against you. However, we do have tools to fight back, and they don't have to come from a pill bottle, as foods like lentils remind us. They can originate from something as straightforward and potent as what's on your plate. If this scenario seems familiar to you, leave a comment number 1. If it's useful, leave a comment number 2. And number 3, if you find this video thought-provoking. Second place goes to chickpeas. Let's now discuss one of the most underappreciated yet remarkably effective foods for reducing arthritis. They may be familiar to you as the star of hummus, or as those round little objects that lurk in salads. However, chickpeas are much more than just a trendy side dish or topping. These little beans are incredibly nutrient-dense and can boost your general health in a sustainable and easy way, while also reducing inflammation and joint pain. You'll never view chickpeas the same way again after you realize what they can do for your health, particularly if you have arthritis. Let's begin by discussing the benefits of chickpeas. Chickpeas are an excellent plant-based protein source, much like lentils. Chickpeas are also a great substitute for red meat if you're attempting to avoid it, due to the saturated fat or inflammation it might cause. Chickpea protein aids in muscle mass maintenance and repair, which is particularly crucial if you're elderly or have tight joints that limit your mobility. Your muscles support your joints more when they are stronger. As a result, there will be less pressure, strain, and eventually discomfort. Additionally, chickpeas provide such assistance in a plant-based, clean manner without exacerbating inflammation. However, the abundance of polyphenols in chickpeas is what actually makes them unique. That word may sound a little scientific, but that's all it signifies. Natural substances called polyphenols function in your body as antioxidants. They prevent damage from free radicals, which are unstable substances that can cause inflammation and harm to your cells. Your body is probably coping with oxidative stress if you have arthritis, which exacerbates your symptoms over time. This is where chickpeas are useful. Their polyphenols function to give your body a much-needed defense system, reduce inflammation, and protect your cells. Each time you eat them, it's like putting a small protection over your joints. The magic doesn't end there, though. Chickpeas are also a fantastic source of vitamin C, which is necessary for the formation of collagen, something that many people overlook. The connective tissue that facilitates smooth joint movement is collagen. It functions similarly to the cushion between your bones, and that cushion deteriorates if there is insufficient of it. You become sore, stiff, and creaky. However, your body can continue to produce the collagen required to sustain those painless, fluid movements if you consume enough vitamin C from foods like chickpeas. You're doing more than just covering up the symptoms. In fact, you're rebuilding your joints from the inside out. Indeed, chickpeas are a great source of magnesium, one of the most underappreciated elements for joint health, much like lentils. Magnesium supports bone strength, relaxes muscles, and soothes the nervous system, all of which are crucial while controlling arthritis. Your joints must bear a greater strain when your muscles are stressed and taut. Magnesium naturally relaxes your body and helps you let go of tension. It even aids with sleep, something those with chronic pain may find quite difficult. Your joints also receive much-needed relaxation when your body is well rested and your muscles are relaxed. Naturally, it would be impossible to discuss chickpeas without bringing up their fiber content. Indeed, that is really important. Blood sugar regulation, which affects more than just energy or weight control, depends on fiber. Simply put, inflammation in the body is caused by high blood sugar. Additionally, eating meals high in sugar or refined carbohydrates causes your body to react by raising inflammatory markers, which can exacerbate arthritis symptoms. Due to their inherent high fiber content, chickpeas aid in reducing the rate at which blood sugar is absorbed. This helps avoid those inflammatory increases and maintain steady blood sugar levels throughout the day. Your joints will feel better, and there will be less inflammation if your blood sugar is more steady. This is where the fun begins. Chickpeas are quite adaptable. Hummus is a staple, of course. It's flavorful and creamy, and it goes well with whole grain crackers and fresh vegetables alike. Don't stop there, though. You can make a crunchy, filling snack that is much healthier than chips by roasting chickpeas with a little olive oil and spices. They can be stir-fried with colorful vegetables and a teaspoon of turmeric, another potent anti-inflammatory spice, or added to salads, stews, or soups. Chickpeas also work well as a basis for curries, and go well with sweet potatoes, avocado, spinach, or quinoa in grain bowls. Because of their mild flavor, they absorb the flavors of the sauce or seasoning you use. You'll be shocked to learn how frequently chickpeas may be used into dishes if you enjoy baking. A fantastic gluten-free alternative that works great in breads, pancakes, and even cookies is chickpea flour. Whole chickpeas can be included into a vegan burger patty or blended into brownie batter. Because they are so filling, they help you stay fuller for longer, which is wonderful if you're trying to control weight and arthritic symptoms. You can get creative with them in a lot of ways. Chickpeas are inexpensive and readily available, which is another reason to appreciate them. Spending a lot of money or going to a specialty health food store is not necessary. On your next grocery shopping trip, pick up a few cans or get them dried in quantity. If you choose to use canned foods, which is perfectly acceptable, just make sure to thoroughly rinse them to remove any excess sodium. Cooking dry chickpeas at home is simple and can result in even greater cost savings if you have a bit more time. In any case, you're receiving a lot of nutrients without going over budget. How frequently should one consume chickpeas then? To begin, try including them into your meals a couple of times per week. Over time, you will experience greater advantages if you are more consistent. As long as your body reacts favorably, it's okay for some people to consume them daily. Your digestive system will love the fiber. Your joints will appreciate the constant flow of minerals, and your energy levels might even begin to feel more balanced. It's easy to feel like everything is against you when you have arthritis, as if your body is engaged in a never-ending struggle you didn't choose. However, foods like chickpeas serve as a reminder that medicine isn't always the answer. A handful of legumes added to your dinner can sometimes be the source of it. Yes, they are small. They have a lot to offer. You have an opportunity to regain some control over your health with each bite. Thus, keep this in mind the next time you're organizing your meals or perusing the aisles of the grocery shop. There's more to those tiny beige chickpeas than merely a side dish. They have all the nutrients your joints are asking for and are a potent anti-inflammatory. Put them in your shopping cart. Give a few new dishes a try and begin incorporating them into your daily routine. Your taste senses, your body, and your wallet will all appreciate it. If this scenario sounds like yours, leave a comment in the first place. Tofu comes in at number 3. Let's now discuss the last of our 3 plant-powered members. And believe me, you may be surprised by this one. We are discussing tofu. Yes, tofu. While some individuals adore it, others are unsure on how to use it. However, Tofu may end up being one of the most effective foods you can include in your diet if you or someone you care about has arthritis. It's not ostentatious, but it's loaded with the right nutrients to help reduce inflammation, shield your joints, and provide your body with much-needed support. Why tofu then? To begin with, soybeans, one of the few plant-based foods that can be considered a complete protein, are used to make tofu. This indicates that all 9 of the essential amino acids required for tissue growth and repair are present in tofu. Consider that. Your bones, muscles, and joints, all of them rely on protein to be robust and healthy, particularly as we age. Your joints won't have to work as hard when your muscles are strong and supported, since they can better sustain the weight. And every bit of assistance matters when you have arthritis. That support is provided by tofu, but in a mild, anti-inflammatory manner that isn't always possible with animal products. However, tofu's enchantment extends far beyond its protein content. Now let's discuss omega-3 fatty acids. You've probably heard that those heart-healthy fats are excellent. They're also fantastic for the health of your joints. The body produces fewer inflammatory molecules when omega-3 fatty acids are present. This translates into less pain, edema, and stiffness in the joints. Despite the widespread belief that omega-3 fatty acids can only be obtained from fish, tofu is one of the few plant-based sources of this essential nutrient. Therefore, tofu is a great way to still get the natural anti-inflammatory benefits of omega-3s if you're attempting to consume more plant-based foods or avoid seafood. And that's not all. Calcium, which you already know is essential for strong bones, is abundant in tofu. However, not everyone is aware of this. You need to take care of more than just your joints if you have arthritis, particularly osteoarthritis. Your bones also require attention. Your entire skeletal system is more balanced and stable when your bones are strong, which relieves pressure on your joints. If you're lactose intolerant or simply wanting to limit your intake of dairy due to the inflammation it can occasionally cause, tofu offers a dependable, dairy-free source of calcium. This is the point at which tofu truly shines. Vitamin D, which complements calcium to build bones and enhance absorption, is added to several tofu products. The benefits of vitamin D extend beyond bone health. It also affects how the immune system works and how inflammation is controlled. Many people, particularly those in their latter years, are deficient in vitamin D without even being aware of it. The symptoms of arthritis may worsen as a result of such deficit. Getting a bit more out of your tofu then? You can feel good about that easy, wise move. We're not finished yet though. Isoflavones are another class of nutrients found in tofu that need consideration. These are naturally occurring plant substances that function somewhat like estrogen in the body and are present in soy. Furthermore, they won't cause your hormones to become unbalanced. Actually, studies have shown that isoflavones can assist people with arthritis feel less pain, have more flexibility in their joints, and reduce inflammation. Regular soy eaters have been shown in certain studies to report improved joint function and reduced stiffness, particularly in rheumatoid arthritis patients. Whatever you cook with, the flavors will seep into the tofu. You name it. Lemon juice, ginger, garlic, soy sauce, and chili flakes. And how can you get it ready? Never ending. For a crispy texture, you can pan-sear it, broil it, bake it, or stir-fry it. Start with very firm tofu, squeeze off the water, and marinate it for an hour before cooking if you've never used tofu before. This aids in its absorption of all the mouth-watering flavors. Then toss it into a salad, curry, stir-fried vegetables, or even a wrap. It can be tossed in a sauce on the stove or baked until crisp. It's incredibly adaptable. Silken tofu is a smoother option when it comes to tofu. Its creamy texture makes it a great addition to soups, smoothies, and even dairy-free desserts. Indeed, you can include tofu into sauces, dips, or puddings, and still reap the benefits of its protein and anti-inflammatory properties without even realizing it's there. In some recipes, tofu can even be used in place of cream to reduce saturated fat while still contributing nutrients. What's the best part? Tofu is readily available and reasonably priced. You don't need to spend a lot of money or shop at a fancy health food store. Tofu comes in a variety of varieties at most supermarkets, ranging from silky to very firm. And once you learn how to use it, it becomes a staple in your weekly dinners. Additionally, unopened tofu keeps well on the shelf for a long time, making it incredibly useful to have on hand for last-minute dinners. So, how frequently should you consume tofu? Start with including soy into your diet a few times a week if you're okay with it and don't have an allergy. Combine it with other meals that reduce inflammation, such as leafy greens, turmeric, or whole grains like quinoa and brown rice. You're providing your body with a wide range of therapeutic nutrients, including omega-3s, calcium, and protein, and you're doing it in a method that's good for your joints, digestive tract, and pocketbook. Ultimately, arthritis can feel like too much to handle. The exasperation of not being able to accomplish what you used to do, the persistent aches, and the stiffness that slows you down. However, minor adjustments, such as including tofu in your meals, might have a significant impact. It's not about being flawless, it's about advancement. It involves making dietary choices that support your body, lessen discomfort, and give you a sense of control. And one of those foods, despite its modest appearance, is tofu. Give tofu a try, regardless of how long you've been following a plant-based diet. Try it out. Personalize it, because the best medicine isn't always found in a bottle. You have it in your kitchen, and one of the best-kept secrets for relieving arthritis is tofu. So let's get it over with quickly. Keep these 3 plant-based proteins in mind if you have arthritis: chickpeas, tofu, and lentils. They are rich in nutrients that naturally improve your mood, protect your joints, and reduce inflammation. Expensive supplements and intricate diet plans are not necessary. Are commonplace items that nourish your body from the inside out. See how your joints feel this week by include one of these in your meals. Little adjustments can have a significant impact. Please click the like button if you thought this video was useful.